Black Zillions versus American Top Team. I remember everyone was talking about Hader San. And then when all said and done, the winner is Kamaru Usman. And people are like, wait a second, what happened? And you really made an impression there. How important was that win? And are there still some feelings of animosity between the remaining people of the Black Zillions and American Top Team?
No, I mean, that was tough. That fight was extremely tough because I had just come off of, I had microfracture surgery in my knee. And that was supposed to be an 8-month, 9-month recovery before I started doing stuff again. And I fought, 3 months after that? And so, you know, that was very tough. And especially, you know, you're fighting for a team and there was $300,000 on the line. So, couldn't fuck that one up. So, you know, there was a lot riding on that. But, you know, when I got into the sport, I knew that I wanted to be a champion. And I knew that I was going to do everything possible to become a champion. And so, you know, once we got over that, it was what's next. We got over the next hump, it was what's next. And ultimately, now I'm here at this point. And so, what was the second part of your question?
The Black Zillions.
I've pretty much ran through the whole gym. I pretty much. So, the welterweights that they all have over there, I've pretty much beat them all. So, for me, there was never really any animosity. It was just, you know, when you have two powerhouse gyms in close proximity like that, it's going to be some form of tension. But for me, no. If I see those guys, you know, I have guys that I love over there, Amanda Nunes, Dustin Poirier. I don't, you know, no animosity toward those guys.
Last quick one: if you fought Masvidal and he comes with a flying knee like Ben Askren, you have anything in store for him?
Well, first of all, I'm not Ben Askren, and so. You know, I just take the fight how they come. If that fight does happen, then, you know, I'll go in there and do my job, which is dominate the opponent from start to finish. You know, maybe get another broken jaw. Who knows?
Thank you, champ.
Thank you.
Hey, Kamaru, just over here, on your other side, just over here. Just wondering, like, you sort of not acknowledging Masvidal, saying who every time you asked about him, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. Just wondering why that is and why you sort of refuse to acknowledge him.
No, I mean, this is a game to kind of where you need to fight the contenders that are there. And if you look right now, what if this just an average guy that's looking into the sport of martial arts and they're like, oh, the welterweight champion is going to fight somebody, who is that contender? And they look through the rankings and they want to know who the next best guy is. And if you look in that top 10, I've beat half of them. I've gone through half of them, in the top half of them. You know, who in that top 10 has this guy beat? You know, to me, is this being a contender or is this the hype? You know, there's two different things. Of course, when there's a lot of hype, people want to see the fight. Of course, they make the fight happen. But when it's, you know, a true contender that has been running through the division, beating all the worthy guys to get there, of course, I'll be happy to take on that because I know that's the next toughest, best challenge. That's all that it is.
What would he have to do to sort of get on your radar and, I guess, prove himself in your mind to be the next worthy contender?
Who?
Jorge Masvidal.
Oh, okay. You know, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm the champion. If Dana calls and Dana says that's the fight, well, guess what? That's the fight. I just ask when, and you know, I'll let my managers go in and have that meeting, and we decide when and where.
Just last one from me, you know, I know you're the welterweight champion, so obviously that means a great deal to you, but would it mean to you anything to sort of, if you fought Jorge, to fight for the BMF title and sort of, you know, add that to your collection?
Who and what? I'm not interested in the best mediocre fighter title. I'm not interested in that. This is gold. Like, you know, when I got into sports, I always shot for the best. You know, and last time I checked, the prices on silver wasn't continuously going up. The prices on gold is going up. So, you know, I always wanted the gold, not silver. So I got the gold, and that's all matters to me.
What exactly is the injury that you have the cast there on?
I'm trying to figure that out, too. I mean, I went in, next thing you know, I'm walking out with a cast in my hand. And so, I mean, they want to keep me in this thing for about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, and then see what the strength is on my thumb. But yeah, I was having some problems with my thumb after that. I think I might have, I don't know, done something in the fight. You know, I don't know exactly when it happened. I think it might have been the first round. in that last fight. But I mean, tough fight, huh? Tough fight. I didn't think it was gonna go like that, but you know, I'm glad it did.
You seem to be embracing the who thing, but what do you think of Jorge labeling you as an owl?
As a ooh, I like owls. I mean, owls are scary, actually. I mean, I think they can turn their hair, 360 degrees? Yeah, I mean, that's a scary thing. I ain't never seen anything like that. If a guy could do that to me, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm just having fun with it. I mean, I'm not taking it too seriously anymore because this is something that I had to realize. Is the moment you get done, people can't wait to say, "Oh no, this is the next guy that can dethrone you. This is the guy that's gonna do it." You know, people wrote me out. People didn't think I was gonna beat Tyron Woodley. They were like, "Oh." Even before that, I fought RDA, and people were saying, "Oh, RDA's been a former champion. He's experienced. He was gonna beat me." And I went in and got it done. And then they said, "Oh, Tyron Woodley's got a lot of power. He's gonna knock him out." And I went in and got it done. Then they said, "Oh, Kobe can't handle the pace and the pressure of Kobe and the wrestling, this and that." And I went in and got it done. Like, they're always going to say something. Each and every fighter has their fan base and have people that support them and they're watching them. A lot of media personnel that have their favorites that they get behind, that they're always making polls and tweeting and bringing on their show just to try to hype them up. And it is what it is, you know. But at the end of the day is I know what I'm capable of. I know what I put in. You know, there's a reason I have this cast on. I work myself to a certain point to where, you know, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to be the best. And right now, I am the best. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people are always going to say who they think is going to be the next guy to dethrone you. And it's just my job to prove them wrong.
And last thing, you mentioned the George St. Pierre record, but another record you're coming close to is Anderson Silva's, 16-0, starting the UFC, longest winning streak ever. Is that something you have your eyes on? And, you know, obviously you feel you're never going to lose, but how far do you think you can take this unbeaten streak to start your run?
You know, to be honest, I don't even look at those things. I remember when I was coming in and fighting for that the Ultimate Fighter title, I was 5-1, and I remember I used to look at guys, and when I first started, I'm like, man, Rashad Evans at the time had just gone on like a 15 fight win streak. I was like, how can I get there? How can I get to where I'm like 20-0 and 21 in this, and all these guys have all these fights? But I don't pay attention to it. I just took it one fight at a time. Next thing you know, people are telling me that I'm 10-1 and 12-1, and that I started the UFC 5-0, and they're making all these things. So that's not something that I pay attention to. When I go in there and continuously do my job, the records would pile up. The only reason I know about that whole George St. Pierre one is because everyone was talking about it after. I saw a couple of polls about it. And so that's when I actually realized it. And I thought to myself, man, yeah, you know what? George St. Pierre is a guy that I watched for a long, long time. So, you know, how amazing would that be to break that record against that man that's still doing it at the highest level? So, you know, that's a fight that intrigues me. Truly, it would be the best versus the best.
Kamaru, to stay on the GSP topic, I'm right in the front. You mentioned that you want to fight GSP. There's also been some talk that Khabib would like to fight GSP. You guys have the same management. So how would that really work internally? Is there a pecking order that you guys have? Would George be the one to decide? How would that work?
We'll fight it out and beat the manager up and decide. No, it doesn't matter. I think there's a reason we want to fight George. You know, because George cemented a legacy. Like, he went out there and did his job. He was one of the best, respectable guy. And he wasn't one of these new school guys that you know, was talking and trying to be what they're not. You know, George was a true mixed martial artist. And so he proved that he was the best. And now there's a reason myself and Khabib want to fight George, because we want to prove that we're the best. You know, it's nothing negative. It's not that we're looking for a money fight or this and that. You know, we just want to prove that we're the best. And that's what you do when you see a guy that's the best or was the best. And which is the reason why these guys are calling me out right now. You know, I don't have to call them out. I didn't call out Conor McGregor. He's the one talking about he wants to challenge me because I sit at the throne right now. So, you know, that's the way that we see the GSP. So it's not necessarily anything malicious or us trying to chase a money fight or anything. I don't give a shit about a money fight. You know, the money will come as I continuously do my job. So, you know, we just want to be the best. We just want to prove that we're the best. So, but internally, we'll have to fight it out, I guess.
And then just really short, what is, in retrospect, what is the single best thing about beating Colby Covington?
You know, nothing malicious at all. I never really, towards the end of that, I know he said a lot, said a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I didn't necessarily, I wasn't trying to hurt him and you know, and to where he couldn't go back to his family and be okay. You know, that's not my intent ever again. I'm a competitor. I just want to beat them competing. And so, you know, at the end of the day, I guess it's just silencing all the doubters, I guess, and just proving to myself that I can go through that chaotic situation and still prevail. So I would say that probably the best thing about it. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you.